Today we're going to be showing you how to make one of our favorite appetizers, vegan, and all at home. Let's show you how we make our PF Chang's lettuce wraps. Before we get started, we wanted to say that yes, we do know that PF Chang's has a vegan version with tofu and mushrooms, and you can totally make that. However, we wanted to give you something that tastes and looks more like the original. The first thing that we're going to do is make our crispy rice noodles. We are going to heat a large skillet of oil to 375 degrees. We love using a thermometer so we know exactly what the temperature is when frying, so we'll link this one in the description box. Right before your oil is ready, you're going to cut your rice noodles into about 5-inch strips. Once your oil is ready, you're going to add your rice noodles carefully into your skillet. When doing rice noodles, you want to work in batches because they puff up really quick. They only take about 30 seconds, but you don't want to overcrowd them and only do 30 seconds so they don't burn. Now for our meatless mixture, we're going to start by making our sauce, so you will need a small bowl, and then inside we are going to add our ingredients. Sesame oil, rice wine vinegar, some soy sauce, some hoisin sauce, some garlic chili sauce, coconut sugar, and fresh ginger. Just a quick tip when it comes to ginger, oftentimes it is way too much for somebody if you buy it in a grocery store. You can break this off in a grocery store like this and only take the part that you need, or you can buy the whole thing and you can actually freeze this. Now mix your sauce together and we're gonna set that aside. Now we're gonna start chopping our vegetables, starting with an onion. We are using a sweet onion, but you could also use a yellow onion as well. Then we're gonna mince some garlic. We're gonna chop some water chestnuts. This gives a bit of a crunch in the dish and is very noticeable in the original dish. And now we're gonna cut our green onions. We are only using the green parts of the onions. Just a quick tip, if you don't already know this, with green onions, if you are not using all the way to the white part, you can put this in a glass of water, and then in a couple of days, you will have brand new green onions. Before we get into the meatless mixture, I wanted to show you what we are using to mimic the taste and texture. So these are Trader Joe's turkeyless burgers. I understand that PF Chang's uses chicken in their original dish, but this is the closest thing that we have found to a vegan version. We also give substitution ideas in the post that is linked in the description if you don't want to use a processed meat like this. So into a large skillet over medium heat, we are going to add some sesame oil. Now we're going to add our onion. Let that cook for about 3 to 4 minutes until they become soft and translucent. Now add in your garlic, and then we're going to add in those patties. Now we're gonna let this cook for about 4 minutes, and you're gonna crumble it the entire time until you get a ground meat-like texture. Now you're gonna add in your water chestnuts, stir that together, and you're gonna let this cook for another 2 minutes. Now add in your chopped green onions, and then we're going to add our sauce. We're gonna stir that together and then cook for a few more minutes until everything is mixed and heated throughout. So now it's time to assemble our lettuce wraps. We are using butter lettuce, sometimes also known as Boston lettuce. They make the perfect lettuce wraps because when you pull off a leaf, they are about a hand size, which is the perfect size that you want for your wraps. So what we're gonna do is take a couple of those pieces. Then you're gonna add a little bit of your rice noodles right on top of your lettuce leaf. And finally, a couple tablespoons of your turkeyless mix. If you want to serve these as appetizers just like PF Chang's, feel free to do that. Or if you want to make it a meal, serve this with some rice. All right, so can we make these top 9 allergen friendly? The answer is yes. We are going to look at 2 ingredients. The first one is coconut sugar. You can just replace with vegan brown sugar. And then the second one is the soy sauce that we use inside of here. You can replace it with coconut aminos or tamari, or you can replace it with a no soy sauce that like Ocean Taylor makes, depending on your allergens. Can we prep this ahead? The answer is yes. It can actually be frozen, the meat mixture itself. We don't recommend actually making the entire lettuce wraps, like putting the meat mixture inside of them, until you are ready to eat. But the meat mixture itself can be prepped ahead, stored in the refrigerator once cooled for at least 5 days, or frozen for up to 3 months. We showed the packaging earlier inside of the video, but if you didn't catch that, we are using Trader Joe's turkeyless burgers. We understand that PF Chang's uses chicken for their actual recipe, but this is the closest thing that we have found that tastes and has a texture like the PF Chang's one, the original one. So if you don't have a TJ's close, then you can use any plant-based ground meat. It won't quite be the same, but you will get a very similar texture and a pretty close taste with the sauce that we are using. If you want to use a vegan meat that has been processed, like these patties, or a ground meat mixture that is vegan, then you can substitute this with a plant-based option like jackfruit, mushrooms, chickpeas, or even textured vegetable protein, also known as TVP, which is just dehydrated soy, or you could do crumbled tofu. We hope that you loved this video. If you did, we would appreciate if you could give it a like, subscribe to our channel if you aren't already, and comment down below what restaurant or fast food recipe you would like to see us veganize next. Have a great week, and we will see you in the next video.